Hello, my dear students, and today I am here to discuss with you all the theory of plate tectonics from chapter number 4, Distribution of Oceans and Continents. So, here we will be discussing in details about the theory of plate tectonics, which explains that how the continents and the oceans got distributed. Okay. So before I start with the plate tectonics theory, first of all, let me give you some information that there were many scientists, there were many geographers who came up with various theories, to explain that how the oceans and the continents got distributed and all. Okay. So there were different theories actually, like the continental drift theory, which was introduced by Wegener. He tried to explain that how the continents and all they were jointed together once they were jointed together, but later on they got separated. Okay. Harry Hess, he came up with a new concept, that is the concept of seafloor spreading, and through this concept of seafloor spreading he tried to give information that how the oceanic floor has been getting separated actually, and led to the formation of different continents. Okay. But the most acceptable theory regarding the distribution of the oceans and the continent is the plate tectonics theory. Okay. The plate tectonic theory is considered as the most acceptable and the modern theory which explains in details about the distribution of the oceans and the continents. Okay. So it was in 1967. Okay, in the year 1967, Mackenzie and Parker and also Morgan, they independently collected the available ideas and they came up with another concept termed as plate tectonics. Okay, so these are the three geographers actually, Mackenzie, Parker and Morgan. Okay, they introduced the theory of plate tectonics in the year 1967. Okay, according to them, the Earth's lithosphere is a massive irregularly shaped slab of solid rock generally composed of both continental and the oceanic lithosphere. So, these three geographers, Mackenzie, Parker and Morgan, they said that the tectonic plate or the lithosphere of the earth is an irregularly shaped rock, solid rock, and which is composed of both continental and the oceanic lithosphere. Okay. Now, one thing you need to understand here, continental and oceanic lithosphere. What is continental and oceanic lithosphere actually? See, continental lithosphere basically means the part of the tectonic plate, means a major part of the tectonic plate which is under the land surface actually. That is the continental. And oceanic lithosphere basically means the part of the lithosphere, a major part of the lithosphere which is under the ocean. That is the oceanic lithosphere actually. Okay. So, he said that these three geographers, they said that these three, the plates, the tectonic plates, they move horizontally over the asthenosphere as the rigid units. So, the plates, they move horizontally over the asthenosphere as rigid units. And the lithosphere basically includes the crust and the top mantle. Okay, the crust and the upper part of the mantle basically forms the lithosphere. And its thickness, the thickness of the lithosphere, it varies. Like in the oceanic area, the thickness is around 5 kilometer to 100 kilometer, whereas in the continental area, that means in the land areas, the thickness of the crust is 200 kilometer. Okay, and this lithosphere, this lithospheric plate actually, it moves in a horizontal way. Okay, and the force responsible for this horizontal movement of the plates is actually the hot molten magma. The hot molten magma which is there in the asthenosphere, it generates current, convection current, and which helps in the movement of the plates in a horizontal way actually. A plate, basically, what is this plate actually? A plate may be referred to as the continental plate or the oceanic plate depending on which of the two occupy a large portion of the plate actually. So basically we consider the plates as an oceanic plate or a continental plate depending upon the area it occupied. So suppose a plate whose major part is under the ocean, so that plate will be considered as an oceanic plate. And if a plate whose major portion is under the land area, so that will be considered as a continental plate. Okay. So these oceanic plates and the continental plates, they move in different directions, okay, and which has led to the distribution of the oceans and the continent. And at present, the distribution, the present location of different oceans and the continents is there just because of this movement of the plates actually. Okay. So, according to the plate tectonics theory, 7 major plates are there and some minor plates. These 7 major plates, they move in different directions. Okay. The theory of plate tectonics proposes that the Earth's lithosphere is divided into 7 major and some minor plates. The Yongfold mountain ranges, the trenches, faults, they surround these major plates actually. The 7 major plates are the Antarctica and the surrounding oceanic plate, the North American plate, okay, which comprises the western Atlantic floor separated from the South American plate along the Caribbean island, the South American plate, the Pacific plate, the India, Australia, New Zealand plate, the African plate, and the Eurasian plate. These are the 7 major plates. Okay, these are the 7 major plates which move in different directions and has led to the formation, distribution of the present day continents and the oceans actually. Okay. These plates has been moving over the globe throughout the history of the earth, and these plates, they have been moving, okay, continuously. And it is not the continent that moves as believed by Wegener. Okay, so Wegener, he believed that the continents, they move in different direction. He said that all the plates, okay, all the entire landmass of the earth was jointed together. Okay, but according to this plate tectonics theory, okay, it is not the continents that move actually, the plates that, okay, not the continents which move, but the plates moves, okay, and the continents, they lie above this plate actually. The continents are part of a plate, and what moves is the plate actually. Okay, not the continent, not the landmass, but the plates move. And okay, basically the plates are the large rocks. Okay, so these rocks basically they move. Okay. Moreover, it may be noted that all the plates without exception have moved in the geological past and shall continue to move in the future as well. Okay, so these plates, they moved, okay, continuously in the different phases. Okay, and the movement of these plates will also continue in the future, and this is the reason that we experience volcanic eruption and earthquakes sometimes. Okay, because the plates, they move in different direction, and which causes volcanic eruption and earthquakes actually. Okay. Wegener had thought of all the continents to have initially existed as a supercontinent in the form of Pangaea. So Wegener, in his continental drift theory, he said that all the continents were jointed together, okay, and it formed a supercontinent Pangaea. Okay. However, the later discoveries, it revealed that the continental masses resting on the plates have been wandering all through the geological period. Okay, so all the continental masses, means the land masses which rest upon the plates, okay, these 7 major plates, they have been wandering throughout the geological period. Okay, and maybe these 7 plates have at some point of time, they may have came close to each other, and okay, which led to the formation of Pangaea as said by Wegener in his continental drift theory actually. Okay. So these plates basically, they move in different direction. Okay, the plates, they move in different direction. The 7 major plates, they move in different direction, and the movement of these plates in different direction are known as the plate boundaries. Okay, so basically the movement of the plates are of 3 types: convergent, divergent, and transform. And because of this convergent movement, divergent, and transform movement of the plates, we can find the present landforms like the mountains, okay, the plains. This all has been formed because of this movement of the plate boundaries, and this movement of the plate boundaries are also responsible for the formation of the volcanoes, okay, eruption of the volcanoes, as well as for earthquakes actually. So now we are going to discuss about the plate boundaries. So first we are discussing about the divergent plate boundaries. See, divergent boundaries, when new crust is generated as the plates pull away from each other actually. So basically, when a new crust is generated, means a new lithosphere is generated, when 2 plates, they move away from each other. Okay, and the particular area or the site where the plates move away from each other are called the spreading sites. Okay, so basically divergent plate boundaries or divergent boundaries are those areas from where the plates they move in opposite direction, okay, and a new crust is being formed. And this site where divergent boundaries, okay, where divergence of the plates takes place are known as the spreading sites. Okay. The best known example of the divergent boundaries is the mid-Atlantic ridge. Okay, at this the American plate is separated from the Eurasian and the African plate. So in the Atlantic Ocean, okay, within the ocean also some ridges are there, some small hills are there actually. So this mid-Atlantic ridge is an example of divergent plate boundary, where where the Eurasian plate, okay, and the African plate is separated from the American plate actually. So here you can see the image, the left hand side image, it shows us about the divergent movement of the plates actually. Okay, so here you can see that the two plates they move in opposite direction. Okay, so when they move in opposite direction, what happens? The molten magma it comes out actually. Okay, and when this molten magma they come out on the surface actually, it cools down and lead to the formation of a new crust or the lithosphere, which is known as a ridge. Okay, the next one is the convergent. Convergent plate boundaries basically refers to when two plates they move towards each other. Okay, when two plates they move towards each other, okay, and they cause destruction of one plate actually. Where the crust is destroyed as one plate dived under another. The location where sinking of a plate occurs is called a subduction zone actually. So basically the particular area where two plates they collide, okay, and one plate gets subducted is known as the subduction zone. Okay. So basically here you can see that the two plates, okay, the image, the two plates are there, they are moving towards each other, and the area, okay, and the area where two plates they collide each other, okay, one plate gets subsided. Basically the heavier plate, okay, the heavier plate they get subsided actually. There are three ways in which convergence can occur, and these are between an oceanic and the continental plates. Okay, between means one oceanic plate and another continental plate they may converge. Okay, or convergence may take place between two oceanic plates, or convergence may take place between two continental plates. Okay, like in the case of India, because of the convergence of two continental plates, the Himalayas has been formed. Okay, see, transform boundaries. Transform boundaries where the crust is neither produced nor destroyed as the plates slide horizontally past each other. Transform faults are the planes of separation generally perpendicular to the mid-oceanic ridges. So in case of the transform plate boundaries, what happens? Two plates, okay, they passed each other, okay, and they does not cause any kind of destruction, or they does not produce any new landforms actually. Okay. As the eruptions do not take all the entire crest at the same time, there is a differential movement of a portion of the plate away from the axis of the earth. Also, the rotation of the earth has its effects on the separated blocks of the plate portion. Okay, so the rotation of the earth has also some effect on these plates actually. Okay, means which is also responsible okay for movement actually. So these are the three different plate boundaries actually. Okay, divergent, convergent and transform. But divergent and convergent plate boundaries are mainly responsible for the formation of the Earth's lithosphere as well as for the formation of the mountains. Okay, means all the mountains they has been formed because of such convergent movement of the plate boundaries actually. Okay, so this is what about the plate tectonics theory, and this theory, okay, it provides us information about the distribution of the oceans and continents of the world. Okay, it means how these oceans and the continents they got distributed and how the mountains has been formed actually. Okay, so this is one of the most important theory regarding the distribution of oceans and continent. So please go through it, which is going to help you in your further studies as well. Okay, so thank you my dear students.